Hi, I'm Eric D'Amato,
You're never gonna believe it. It's me, Matt.
and welcome back to Mindbreakers.
Yippee.
We're taking a little pause from horror, and we're doing another fantasy today.
Huzzah.
An old school fantasy,
Mm-hmm.
like 1962 old school.
Oh, really old school. Okay.
We're doing a movie with many connections to the Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, Jack the Giant Killer.
Ooh.
It has Kerwin Matthews, the original Sinbad, as Jack, Torrin Thatcher, who was the evil wizard, as the evil wizard, and a lot of actors I don't quite recognize. But it does bring the hero and the villain from Sinbad into this, let's face it, knockoff Harryhausen film. This does not have Harryhausen effects, which will be quite noticeable when we actually get into it. But, oh, good lord, is it trying.
See, when it comes to, this era of film, I only really know, either your detective movies or Harryhausen.
Do you want to hear the synopsis?
Yeah, absolutely.
It is the most cliched, could be describing literally anything.
Oh, yeah.
A farm boy turned knight must protect a princess from the schemes of an evil wizard.
That's crazy. Almost every fantasy book is called.
I could equally be describing Aragon.
I was literally going to say Aragon.
Or the Legend of fucking Zelda.
That's so good. What the fuck?
But hey, this was 1962, so maybe it wasn't as much of a cliche yet.
Yeah. I'm also interested to see what a movie that's gonna do what this is gonna do, but without Harryhausen. Because Harryhausen's the only guy I really know for effects.
Okay, I saw that it's showing this weird kind of trailer thing.
Oh yeah.
And it showed some dudes in armor, but I think they're supposed to just be armor suits, kind of wobbling back and forth as presumably Jack hits them with a whip and they explode.
What?
Yeah.
Are you gonna fucking Power Rangers fights in here? Or
yes!
They get one and they're like, wah!
Let's watch this.
Yeah, I'm down.
This looks hilarious and stupid. I've seen this movie, and yes, it is hilarious and stupid.
Alright, I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure it'll be at least a decent time.
I originally watched this because my dad took it out by mistake from Movieland when he meant to take out Jack and the Giant Peach. No, James and the Giant Peach. I think he just wanted to watch Jack the Giant Killer, because those are not similar names.
No.
Anyway.
Or they similar movies.
Jack the Giant Killer.
Jack the Giant Killer.
Beloved throughout the ages, by all ages. Such indeed is the glamorous legend of the ancient kingdom of Cornwall, and of its greatest hero, Jack the Giant Killer.
Hail to Sir Jack! To Jack the Giant Killer! Hail to Jack!
Starring Kerwin Matthews, star of the Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, and Judy Meredith. Those were the days when giants roamed the countryside. It was at such a time that a young farmer, single-handed, fought and overcame one of the most fearsome giants who ever ravaged the land. After 3 years in the making, Hollywood brings you the amazing story of Jack's adventures and the fabulous dangers he encountered when he dared to set himself up against the Black Prince of all witches, Pendragon. Pendragon had carried off the princess, held her under a magic spell, and now used his mighty powers to keep Jack from saving her. See Jack's terrific ordeal with the Witches of the Wind. His wondrous duel with the armored warriors of the Dragon's Teeth. His encounter with the monstrous two-headed giant. See the enchanted doll that came to life and made a princess dance with joy. Sail with Jack the Giant Killer share his thrilling adventures on the high seas. Meet his young friend Peter, Sigurd the Viking, and the lovable imp of the bottle.
A little toy man.
Insulting a leprechaun. A toy, you say? Oh, for that there'll be the devil to pay.
See his face-to-face clash with Pendragon himself. And above all, don't miss Jack's gigantic battle with the Flying Harpy. You'll agree, Jack the Giant Killer is the greatest.
Well, certainly not Ray Harryhausen.
No. It's not like they're bad.
That's not bad, but it's just...
They're definitely not incorporated as...
Like, it's not as bad as rip-off knockoffs today. Like, this is far from a fucking Asylum production.
Yeah.
But it's what it is.
It is what it, I think that's...
This is in no way Terminator 2 Shocking Dark.
No. Yeah, I think it is what it is. Kind of just describes this movie as a whole. It's got some fun moments.
We hear about how there was this big war and all the witches and shit were driven out of Cornwall.
In a big book.
There's a big book.
Big book.
The book that they used to open at the start of like 50s and 60s Disney movies.
Yeah, you're like opening this up and you have to expect to hear like in the 100 Acre Wood. We get all the backstory of the world.
And there's this Prince Pendragon of the witches who was cast out.
Yeah.
And then it's the princess's birthday. So a bunch of people come with gifts for the princess.
Yeah. A couple of like treasure boxes looking things, her jewelry and stuff like that. And one guy shows up with a big box.
Which contains a castle, castle, that has something that freaked the shit out of Matt.
No. I don't like dolls that come to life. Well, I know what it is now. It's not so bad.
But there's like this little ugly jester thing
that jester
danced with the princess.
And at first it just like it does like the cute little like cuckoo clock thing where it peeks its head out, and I thought that's what it was. And then it started moving.
Yep.
I was like, nope, I don't like that.
And the guy who brought it, he was like Baron McFake name or something.
Yeah.
But he's the clearly most evil motherfucker. He's so clearly the bad guy. It's also amusing because he played the evil wizard in Sinbad, and he's again the evil wizard here.
Yeah. He's very, trust me, I'm not evil, I swear, kind of guy. But the jester does a little dance. Yep. The princess dances with him and loves the gift. Which
I refer to as the equivalent of taking your body pillow on a date.
It was a good time.
Then it's the night after. Everyone's going to bed. We meet her maid.
Yeah.
And her lady in waiting.
Yeah.
Not so much a maid. And she goes to bed. Everyone goes to bed. And then apparently she's on the ground floor.
Yeah, they put the princess on the ground floor. Also, like, she opened the windows, which like I understand.
Well, she opened the curtains.
Yeah, I understand like it's hot and stuff like that, but like
it was just the curtains, not the window itself is not. There's no glass.
Yeah. But I mean, like even then, like you think you'd cover it up, but like whatever.
Like it would make sense to have it open like that if it was like a tower room or something, but. Like, we don't see them climb up to it. We just see them, like, walk down the city... what looked like just normal medieval town streets.
Yeah, like, fucking... And that evil wizard's looking at it. He's like, oh, I am sorry, but you must be the person I do this to. And the fucking jester walks out again because he
takes his gloves off and he has like claws, and then he takes his hat off and he has like 2 little rhino horns on his head, and then he becomes giant.
Yeah.
And captures the princess.
Breaks the room because he's growing.
And everyone everyone in the castle comes to when they hear the scream.
Yeah.
To the king's credit, he's in his fucking nightshirt, but he has a sword. He's ready to go.
He's ready to fight. I love that guy.
And the giant, who's apparently called Cameron.
Yeah.
Breaks
out.
He's escaped.
Yeah. Fights a few soldiers. He does the fucking chain shit.
He throws a cartoon chain that knocks all of them over.
They wanted bullet that shit, bro. He made that shit curve.
I always found the bullet curving in Wanted kind of weird.
Yeah.
Not the bullet curving itself. Obviously, it's a cool thing. But if they can just like flip the gun and make the bullet curve, why do they have that device that you put on the gun that makes the bullet curve as well?
Funny ass movie.
Fuck the code. So.
Yeah, the giant escapes. Mm-hmm. Comes across a farm to go where the boat
which is run by literally Sinbad.
Yeah.
From Seventh Voyage of Sinbad. He's just there. Arguing with a horse.
This fucking giant just comes in. He's like, "Oh shit!"
So he rescues the princess, who he does not know is the princess.
Yeah. Fights the funny henchman on the boat.
Yep. The tricks the giant into crushing its hand with the mill.
Yeah.
And then gets a rope around its neck, and the rope tied to the mill. And I was kind of hoping that it would kill the giant just like that.
No, I thought the giant would die.
But then he throws a bucket of flour in its face and then kills it with a scythe.
Yeah. Because the rope breaks, I guess.
Yep.
Because it was rubbing against the wall, which sharp.
And then he killed a giant. That's actually legit the one giant he kills in this film.
Yeah.
He's killed the giant, and the king's like, you killed the giant, Jack. It's like, yes, I did. Oh, by the way, I'm the king. That's my daughter that you rescued. You're a knight now!
Yeah, they get like the little funny moment of like the king showing up, and he's like, bow, like, come on, bow, it's the king. And she's like,
oh, yeah, it's my dad.
Yeah, it's my dad. And he's like,
what?
Oh, like, yeah, bring me back my daughter who you have with you. Oh.
Yeah, here you go, sir.
My bad. My bad, dude.
and the king's like, dude, why are you apologizing? You saved my daughter from a giant. That's cool. You're... I knight thee, Sir Jack.
Yeah, his mom comes in. She's like, oh, thank God Jack's okay. He's like, Mom, the king. She's like, oh, my bad. And he's like, no, your son rescued my daughter. It's fine. Well, the daughter must be hungry. I'll feed her some porridge. And you're like, what?
So why... Wait, the peasants have to give up feudalism. They actually very much did.
Yeah, Jack gets knighted. Yep. Becomes Sir Jack.
Gets a grandmother necklace.
He said that they brought... It reminds me of those like jewelries that you would buy off like television. The fucking... whatever you used to call them. The infomercial stuff.
It looked like the jewelry that you know is in your grandma's jewelry box, but you have never seen your grandmother wear.
It's a pretty decent time.
It looks like if you go to like a church bazaar, they'd have a rack and it would be there.
Absolutely. It's a fun little get together. Everyone's praising Jack to call him the giant killer.
Yep. And then we find out that the lady in waiting is evil. And that Pendragon, he has a plan to kidnap the princess and take over Cornwall.
So they decide to hide the princess.
Yep.
But then the lady tells Pendragon via Crow, who very much does not want to be in this movie.
The crow doesn't want to be here.
That crow is pissed off. He's having the worst day of his life.
And the thing is, crows, out of all the birds, are extremely easy to train.
Yeah.
And are very intelligent and can be taught things very well and are very loyal to people they like. Clearly, this crow does not like these
and this crow is not having it.
Like, crows are one of those animals smart enough to have personalities.
Yeah.
This crow doesn't like these people.
No. Not what's so fucking...
The crow read the script.
We're like, no. He managed to get in there anyway.
It's an angry fucking crow.
Angry fucking crow. Oh yeah, there was a part where the king was reading the scroll
Mm-hmm.
to figure out it was Pendragon.
It said Tubo, Warlock of the
Yeah,
Waters.
Tubo, Warlock of the Waters, and like witches and shit on that. He was looking at the boss select screen, obviously. But yeah,
Dun, 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 dun.
they get on a boat with the princess.
Yep.
Jack's with her.
And
The king's staying behind to try to fool Pendragon.
Yep. They find out that... no, that's later. So they're sailing, and then Tubo shows up.
They sure do.
With 3 horns and a pitchfork, and...
Bunch of other witches.
There's one who has like a big head like Bonnie Bedelia.
Yeah.
In no, that's not her name, Bonnie Bedelia. That's her. She's in Die Hard. Gina Michaels?
Yes. No.
From Beetlejuice, the girl from
Yeah.
Beetlejuice and The Fly.
Maybe? Yeah, that sounds right.
Big
Gina
big fat
sounds-
ugly baby eating
Yeah.
O'Brien.
Oh my god, that is her, isn't it?
Yes,
Fucking hell.
Gina Davis.
That baby eating O'Brien. Man, I've never realized that's who that
Yeah,
was.
and it's her because she's in Cutthroat Island like a few years before, which is one of the worst pirate movies ever
That's
made, which
so-
is on the list.
That's so funny. That's hilarious. Thank
Yeah.
you, Muppets Treasure Island. Giving me fucking joy once again.
Thank you, Muppets Treasure Island, for everything.
For everything. Yeah, that one has the fucking power of wind and then some. That shit,
And it doesn't stop.
yeah, it is actually incredible how fucking powerful that is.
But it looks like her big head from Beetlejuice.
Yeah, especially when it's like wide open too.
Like, this is the thing that in the video game, because everything about this feels like a video game, where there'd be the wind, and then then the wind would stop, then you have to get behind
Yeah.
the next bit of cover, and then the wind, that one really annoying part of Force Unleashed
Yeah, fucking.
inside the Sarlacc.
But this one doesn't stop, pushes everyone around.
Ever. The captain gets killed,
Yeah, by the fucking trident that shoots blue fire or something.
and
like
then the
that.
corpse bride shows up
Of course, Fred shows
for
up,
some reason.
kidnaps the princess.
They put her in a fucking carriage.
And when all that shit's over and the captain is dead, the rest of
The
the
captain
crew's
has a son, by the way,
yeah, the
called
captain
Peter,
does have a son.
who's not Irish,
No,
despite the fact that his dad is Irish.
we don't worry about that part.
No, don't worry about it.
The rest of the crew, kind of understandably so, looked at that and went, "Wait, fuck it, we're going home."
And Jack's like, yeah, but she's the princess. And they're like,
Yeah, and I'm a fucking
fucking no, she's not.
yeah, I'm the Duke of fucking whatever the fuck. Like, get out of here.
Because he has no proof of this. So
No.
fair enough to them.
Yeah, and he's even like, I'm a knight. Like, I slayed a giant. And I'm like, oh, you
Yeah,
slayed
where's
a-"
your sword?
Yeah.
I mean, I forgot my sword. Actually, we brought no weapons at all because we're idiots.
They get thrown overboard. Well, Jack gets thrown overboard. The son's like, well, they're probably gonna fucking hurt me, so
Yeah.
I'm out. Jumps
And-
with Jack.
So they bring the witch. They bring it to Cameron.
Yeah.
Not to Cameron's the giant. He's dead.
Yeah,
To Pendragon. He's like, yo, I'm gonna turn you evil. Here's a stupid hat. Well, no. First, he shows up with his own stupid
Yeah,
hat.
so first he makes
He's
the
got
line.
a fucking emu on his head.
Even with like all the black feathers fucking pouring out from behind
He
it.
looks like those fucking emu costumes from the end of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. I could not take it seriously.
He has like a bunch of tools on a table and he like wins that
And
shit
he
to make it
makes
a scepter.
He does a prayer to Isis, even though
Yeah.
she's actually a fairly benevolent of the Egyptian god. She would not fucking be cool. Like, Sekhmet, Heket, you have options. You don't have to...
He makes a staff from Egypt.
Yeah, he makes it out of... It doesn't look even a little Egyptian.
No.
But he makes it out of a bunch of, like, dollar store jewels.
Yeah. And he uses that
To-
He had the princess like chained up,
Yeah, and then
and then she just kind of gets her hands out, and he's just possesses her with the evil shit.
he makes her look into the fucking disco ball.
Yeah.
Shoots a bunch of cartoon fire at her and turns her evil with a stupid hat.
Stupid hat. Common thing in this film.
Yeah.
Very-
Then
very
they
many
find
stupid hats.
they find out that they have been betrayed by that Charlotte.
Because the Pendragon shows up to the king.
And it's like, yo, I kidnapped the princess.
Fuck you,
Here
man.
she is. Oh, grab her. Well, it's an illusion, dumbass. I want to actually bring the princess here.
But now you know that I have her, because
He does a cool, like, deflect of all the spears at
he
once.
does that. Yeah, it was really cool. Some of the effects in this are pretty good. Like anytime he uses like the invisible cloak, pretty well done. He's in
the effects are good unless it's a giant monster.
Yeah.
Because like the flames and stuff, they don't look great, but that's what you could do.
Yeah.
In 1963.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fucking make fun of that.
And even then, I would not be taking criticizing the monster effects so much if it wasn't around the time of the Ray Harryhausens and clearly trying to compete with the Ray Harryhausens.
Yeah, I mean, like, you literally brought up Sinbad before. I mean, like...
If it wasn't for the Ray Harryhausens, this would look good, but Ray Harryhausen movies are a thing.
Yeah. It's the king and his handler. I don't know what the fuck he was.
As
Assistant?
Major Domo,
Yeah.
Chamberlain, I don't know.
They're like, okay, well, the only people who knew were you, me, and Jack, and the princess, and
it wasn't you or me or Jack, so it's got to be the lady in waiting.
Yeah, and they find out...
They look at her in the mirror and they see she's a witch, so they break the reflection and cure her of being a witch. It's that easy, I guess.
It's just that easy.
Well, they wanted to have a way for the happily ever after, so they put this in. It's their own world; they can make it work.
Yeah, they can do whatever the fuck they want. But then, like, well, shit, he's got the princess, and we don't really know what to do.
And Jack and Peter get picked up by Sigurd the Viking in his tiny Viking ship, because there's only one of them.
Yeah,
it's just him.
Just him.
And his ridiculous sword.
Ridiculous sword. You got an imp with him?
Yeah, he's got a little leprechaun about. He basically has the Glitz Gremlin.
Yeah.
I would bet money that James Rolfe watched this movie.
I wouldn't be, yeah.
And the Glitz Gremlin's based on this.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like, it is... Yeah, this dude, like, oozes dead energy. It's actually insane. And he tells him... Who's
like, oh, just... But the Sigurd tries to pick it up and it burns his hands. Like, oh, you can try to pick up the bottle. Oh, you can do that. But the thing is, you'll burn your hand if you're not honest. So Jack's like, yo, I can pick it up. It's like, oh, you're honest. I'll work for you. Oh, by the way, the king of the elves cursed me in here to try to be stuck with the bottle because I made boots out of gold.
It's a specific type of gold, too. Yeah. He's like, no, don't worry about that part. But,
I have 3 magic coins. Each one I can do a bit of magic shit for you. And then, once they're all gone, you're going to break the fucking bottle and you're going to let me go.
And Jack's like, yep, that sounds reasonable, to be honest.
So they leave Sigurd and Peter on the ship.
Yep.
Sigurd to guard the ship, Peter so he doesn't get killed by a wizard.
Because he's like 8.
Yeah. So he takes a flimsy looking shield.
Yeah.
Which looks like it's a piece of tin, like a thin sheet of tin. And it's a ridiculous sword.
A big ass sword.
And he goes to attack the castle. And Pendragon and his little dude are watching. And it's like, ha, that's funny. Close the gate. And then he breaks teeth out of a statue, throws them on the ground, and like ridiculous metal dudes show up.
Yeah, the ones that you mentioned in the beginning.
Yeah.
That you said you saw like part of the trailer.
And they have axes and shields.
He tries fighting them, it doesn't work.
Doesn't work. He loses his shield almost immediately.
Loses the shield immediately, loses the sword after a few
minutes. Well, it drops the sword. The shield goes over the side. The shield's gone.
Drops the sword.
And then the imp's like, hey, you ever play Castlevania? What? And gives him a whip made out of a skeleton arm.
Yeah.
And then he whips them and they explode.
No, they sure do.
And
I love this part because he like whips it and they blow up and Pendragon's like, the fuck? You could do that?
I can't do that.
I can't. Like, when he retreats after he beats all the skeletons, he's like, or he beats all the soldiers, he's like, he's gotta have magic. He's gotta have something. Because I don't know how he did that. He's got magic in him. He doesn't lose the whip though. Yeah. It's a power up that doesn't last too long, sadly.
You'd think it would be the main item. But in this, the whip is a sub-weapon.
Yeah. Yeah, he gets to inside. One of the witches just lets him in.
A skeleton points the way.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Puppet skeleton.
Yeah, the one that became his whip.
Yes. Well, no, a different one. Just like raises his arm and like is bopping to the beat.
Yeah.
Fucking Crypt of the Necrodancer skeleton over here.
He gets the Pendragon's lair. He gets to his little throne room.
Yep. He passes through corridors with like hands holding torches first. That's important.
Yeah, it's very important.
And he's like, "Hey, I'm here to fight you." And Pendragon's like,
"Good one."
No. Because first they send the princess to hide at the abbey.
Yeah.
because that's just going to tell him she is.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I'm not going to fight you. That's a big sword. I don't want anything to do with that. So here's how this is going to work. If you come close to me, I'm going to turn you into a ram.
Take one step, you grow horns.
Take 2 steps, you get hooves and walk on all fours.
Yeah.
The last 3, and the third step, you're just a ram.
Yeah.
And the imp has him hold his sword upside down and forward like it's a cross and walk forward, and it deflects all the beams.
And Pendragon is like, that didn't work.
Uh-oh. That's all I had.
It's all I had.
All right, I'll tell you where the princess is. She's here. So,
on the other side of the island, in a ruin. Go get him.
Where's the princess? Well, what time is it? Well, does that have to do with anything? Well, depending on the time, she could be in one place or several.
Sinbad, fucking Jack.
Basically
Sinbad. Rushes off to the ruins because he believes that she's there.
Yeah, she is there.
And she is there.
He saves her.
They get to the ship, the Viking ship.
Mm-hmm. And she's like, so what magic powers did...
The cat scare you?
He poked me.
Because she thought he thought the sword was magical.
Yeah, it's like, no, it's not the sword, it's this leprechaun. He's magical. So she drugs him with a magic powder from her ring.
Yeah.
Actually, it makes him fall asleep. She drugs him with drugs.
Yeah.
It's just drugs. It's just cocaine.
It's just cocaine.
It's just coke.
Knocks him out. He drops the fucking imp bottle, the leprechaun bottle.
Because it's hot when she picks it
hot.
up. It's like, oh, she's a witch. And then he falls into the sea in the bottle.
He's okay. He'll come back later.
Yeah. So she
runs off because she finds out the source of the magic.
Yep.
Peter and
Sigurd come back, wake him up, and then they go attack the castle. And Pendragon's like, "Lol, that's hilarious. You Viking, you're a dog now.
Yeah.
You Peter, you're a fucking chimp."
Because he keeps asking Jack, like, "Where's the imp?" And he's like,
I don't know.
I don't know.
And then they take them away, and the princess is like, "No, actually, seriously, where's the imp?" And,
and he's like,
I don't know.
No.
I wasn't playing ghoul. I don't know.
She's like, "You'll die if you don't tell me." He's like, "Then die I will."
Then
like,
I guess I have to. I have no choice.
It's like, I literally don't know where it is.
And then it's revealed she's a witch, so the monkey escapes.
Absolutely.
And then they make her look at her reflection and break it. I don't know, man.
Did they just get out?
They escape. And with the dog and the monkey.
Yeah,
and then
like, they'll never get to the boat.
It's like, yes, all of these these torch holders, they're going to sword fight you.
Jack just like disarms one and holds the other. He's like, oh.
Well, I guess a bunch of just dismembered arms madly waving swords about isn't...
Yeah, and it's not like they're at ground, like level with Jack. Like, they're high in the air. Yeah. Like, they gotta swing down.
They don't have eyes.
They don't have eyes. That
Like,
shit wasn't working.
Pendragon, trust me, just put in a spike trap or something.
Hey. You don't gotta do all this.
This is too much.
It's too much.
Alright, here's an idea. Just have a big rock that comes down and then rolls after them. It works.
It works. They get to the beach.
Yep.
Pendragon brings out the
two-headed giant.
With like fucking idol from Killer Instinct.
Yep. And then so he's trying to fight. They hide in the cave.
It's blocked off by a cage.
By cage. And it's like, we're safe here, until low tide. And then the giant starts hitting it with a boat anchor. They find the imp.
Do find the imp? The monkey gets him.
Yep. And then the imp's like, hey, I'm going to summon the fucking beast that lives in the sea.
And he did.
So I kid you not, the Loch Ness Kraken. It's the Loch Ness monster with tentacles. I love this creature.
Yeah, it's so goofy looking, but I love it.
And they fight, and it gets the shit kicked out of it.
Oh yeah, this thing is taking shots with the anchor like a champ. Like, holy shit. It like even gets knocked out at some point. But then the dog jumps on the fucking... Sigurd jumps on him. Gets whipped off. The monkey starts throwing rocks. Peter's just throwing rocks at him. I say throwing. He's kind of tossing them. Because the monkey doesn't care.
It's a monkey.
It's a monkey. And then the Loch Ness fucking sea serpent gets back up and says, I didn't hear no bell.
And kills them.
He strangles one head while biting the neck of the other. That shit was tight. Hell yeah.
And then when it's down, the the Loch Ness Kraken gets up, picks up the mic, and says, "I can change! Anybody can change!" Well, we also missed the part that before the fight, the two-headed giant said, "I must break you."
So Jackie's killed exactly one giant in this movie.
Yep, he outsourced the other one.
Outsourced the other one.
And so they're sailing away, set an open course for the Virgin Sea. And Pendragon's like, "Up with this shit will not fucking stand.
No. Get your fucking ass back here.
I'm going to turn into a thing."
Yeah, I hesitate to call it a dragon.
It's because it doesn't breathe fire, and it doesn't look like a dragon.
Is that the fucking... You said the head of a dog?
It's like a wyvern with a dragon head. It's like a bird dog thing.
Yeah,
it's a bird dog.
Yeah, it's a bird dog.
Last Guardian.
It's even got like the talons like a bird too.
Yeah, very chicken claws. And it flies after them, dropping rocks because can't breathe fire.
Nope.
So Jack kills it.
It's not just me now.
Jack just kills it.
Yeah, Jack fights it a little. We get a cool scene where it's
stabbing.
like
He's riding it,
yeah,
stabbing
riding it. You get a little claymation stuff happening.
The fucking really cool. Skyrim music blast.
It's like decent. Yeah,
and then because this thing dies, all the magic is taken away, and Sigurd becomes a Viking again.
He is human.
He was sailing the ship as a dog for a minute.
Oh, absolutely.
He was pulling some wishbone shit.
Yeah, you could take what is it? You take the sailor out of the. You could change the form of the sailor, but you can't take the sailor out of the man.
Because it was a sea dog the whole time.
Yeah, sea dog the whole time. And that's it. That's the movie.
Oh, also the kid's not a monkey anymore, and the castle collapses.
Oh yeah, we get the Zelda fucking.
Yep.
The castle being destroyed. I assume the henchman makes it out.
No.
I
think he dies.
All right, that's cool.
And then I guess they get married, and then Jack is the king of England.
Presumably, yeah.
Right.
We just kind of ended.
I love that at one point when the princess is still evil. He's like, "Oh yes, I will not. Why be Princess of Cornwall? I can be Queen of all England." It's like, I'm sorry, your evil domination plan stops in England. Are you sure? Like you always expect of the world. Like, nah, England, just England.
Just England.
Not even all of Europe.
No,
you sure? Okay,
it's just England.
Fuck. You set your sights low, I guess. Now, it's not even that England is step one, and then...
No, that's it.
Just England.
Just England. That's all they need.
And that was Jack the Giant Killer.
It sure was.
Very much not a Harryhausen production.
No, the movie's... Like, it's fine. It's not bad. Like, I enjoyed my time with it, but... Like, if you're gonna watch a movie, just watch either Sinbad or fucking...
But I wouldn't recommend even Seventh Voyage of Sinbad. That's kind of hokey one.
Yeah.
I'd recommend either Jason and the Argonauts or Golden Voyage or Eye of the Tiger. Or Clash of the Titans. That's a big one.
Yeah.
But it was fine.
It was...
I loved it as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot take away... I cannot hate this movie for the happiness it gave me when I was younger, but it has not. It has not withstood the test of time.
No.
As well.
But like it's a fine.
It's fine. It's perfectly.
It's an hour and a half. You know?
It's serviceable.
Yeah.
It's a movie.
You definitely won't hate it like other stuff we've hated on Mindbreakers. It's just fine.
Better than Creepshow 3.
That's not a fucking high bar to beat.
Most things are better than Creepshow.
Yeah.
I stubbed my toe the other day.
It's still better.
That was better than Creepshow 3.
Because at least that goes away.
Yeah.
Creepshow 3 doesn't. It was fine. It was okay. I didn't hate it.
No, it was fine. So, I've been Merrick Tomato.
I'm Matt.
Ciao.
Bye.